Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel. We are now just over a month removed from the gameplay trailer that dropped at the Game Awards, and alongside this gameplay trailer came the announcement of pre-order DLC bonuses for Jedi Survivor that feature 3 different cosmetic packs, all from elements of both the Prequel Trilogy and the Original Trilogy, and this got us thinking. What potential DLC character skins and lightsaber hilts and other elements could be added to this game if Respawn chooses to add DLC packs after the launch of Jedi Survivor? So Andreas and I sat down and put together a list of 20 possible DLC packs for Jedi Survivor, and in this video we're going to speculate about some DLC and we're going to go over all of them. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, we would love to have you as always. The way to do that is just go down below this video, hit that little subscribe button, the bell notification right out next to it. It will notify you every single time Andreas and I upload the latest and greatest Star Wars and Jedi Survivor content. Now, without further ado, Andreas, are you ready to speculate about some potential DLC for Jedi Survivor?
Oh yeah, let's talk some Star Wars.
All right, let's get into it. Alright guys, so before we get started and talk about the list of 20 that we have put together, I just want to lay a couple ground rules about how we came to this list of 20 DLC packs for Jedi Survivor. If you take a look at the already announced DLC character packs, you will notice that all of them are consisted of elements from both the original trilogy and some elements of the prequel trilogy, and this makes a ton of sense because Jedi Survivor is aiming to blend both elements from the prequel trilogy with elements of the original trilogy, as we are in that transitionary period between the Galactic Republic and now the Galactic Empire. So for our list, we focused exclusively on Prequel Trilogy era stuff and Original Trilogy era stuff. Our list will have nothing from the Sequel Trilogy or anything like that. That just doesn't make sense for the era and setting of Jedi Survivor. Now with that out of the way, Andreas, why don't you go ahead and give us the first potential DLC that we have on our list for Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, and honestly, there's no better place to start with DLC here than with the prequels, guys. That's right, I really do think that we can hope for some more prequel content to make its way into Jedi Survivor. And the first appearance that we think is going to break its way, or at least that we hope breaks its way into this game, is the Anakin Skywalker Episode 2 appearance. You guys know the appearance. We want Anakin Skywalker's Jedi robes, and of course, the Anakin Skywalker Episode 2 hilt. Who doesn't love them some Episode 2 content? I would love to see some Episode 2 content in this game. It's just such a feel-good movie. We always love watching Episode 2, right, Nick?
Yeah, we sure do. Now, the next thing on our list is another character skin from Episode 2, and it is actually Obi-Wan's Episode 2 appearance, just his Jedi robes. They've already announced that his lightsaber hilt will be in this game as a part of that Obi-Wan cosmetic. However, his Episode 2 robes, just a little different than his Episode 3 robes, and we think they belong in this game.
Damn right they do. And you know what else belongs in this game? Aside from everything else Episode 3, Anakin Skywalker's Episode 3 appearance. Honestly, I think it would be really funny if they gave Cal some long, flowing red hair to match Anakin Skywalker's hair in Episode 3. That would just be a very funny thing to see in this game. But of course, we know the classic Jedi robes that Anakin Skywalker wore throughout Episode 3. I'd love to see Cal draped in black, just like we see Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I don't know if I had red flowing hair in mind when I came up with this idea for this list. I was more focused on the black Jedi robes, which are different from the brown Jedi robes that you see from Anakin in Episode 2, but sure, man, give Cal some long hair if you want. Now, speaking of Episode 3, the next thing we have on this list is actually Obi-Wan's Episode 3 Jedi robes. Again, just a little different from his Episode 2 and Episode 1 robes. There's the little brown element added into his Jedi robes. And the more important thing about this is the Episode 3 Obi-Wan hilt, which is also featured in Episode 4. For some reason, when they chose to do the Obi-Wan DLC pack, the Hermit pack, they chose to go with the Episode 1 and Episode 2 Obi-Wan hilt. They didn't go with the Episode 3 and Episode 4 hilt when, he's in hiding. I thought that was a very interesting choice by Respawn. So we think it's important that we get this Episode 3 hilt in this game, especially because this is Andreas's all-time favorite lightsaber hilt. So thought we'd throw him a bone and just include this hilt in our list.
Yeah, I think everybody who knows me knows that I love the thin neck Episode 3 Obi-Wan saber. And I know that like you said, Nick, the hermit appearance blends the episode 3 and the episode 4 together. So I think it would be really cool if they, like you said, release episode 3, but then up next, guys, release the episode 4, I guess, Ben Kenobi skin that we all know and love from A New Hope. Of course, this game blending the lines between the prequels and the original trilogy, so it'd be cool if they gave us some more things to hunt for throughout the game, but also with these DLC packs, maybe they unlock the ability to unlock these skins. Maybe after you buy them, you can unlock them in game. It'll give you a reason to go back and play and explore. And I would definitely go around the Jedi Survivor world exploring for some Ben Kenobi robes. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that would be cool. I was honestly surprised by how many different appearances Obi-Wan actually has across the Skywalker saga when you take things into consideration, including his Obi-Wan series, which we actually have a skin for that coming on later in this list. But for now, we are going through the original trilogy. We are on episode 4, which is something they are clearly interested about having DLC in. So the next one on our list is actually Luke Skywalker's episode 4, you know, the Farmer Luke appearance. You know what I'm talking about, when he's looking off into the sunset on Tatooine and when he gets that lightsaber for the first time and like an idiot looks down the barrel of it when he could have just taken his head off and ended the whole Skywalker saga there, but that is besides the point. The point is that we think episode 4, Farmer Luke, would be a great appearance if they choose to do DLC in this game.
Yeah, honestly, that would be the best appearance to wear if you have to go pick up some power converters or something. But if you are looking to do other things like have a good old fist fight with your dad, then you might want to look towards a Luke Skywalker appearance from episode 5, and we think that the first episode 5 appearance is going to be the Luke Skywalker Echo base appearance. How's that, Nick? Aren't you excited for that one?
Yeah, and you know, this is something we've seen before in Star Wars. These were skins that were added actually to Battlefront 2015. The Snow Hoth appearance, you know, where he gets knocked off his tauntaun by the Wampa, and then the Wampa chooses not to take him to the Snow Monster Ball. If you get that reference, then you're a real one, and if not, you need to go look up some Star Wars Family Guy. But we think this would be a really cool appearance because we've seen it before in Star Wars games, and we just really like the Hoth appearance. And not only do we think Luke Skywalker's Echo Base appearance might show up in this game, we think it would be a cool idea if they did Han Solo's Echo Base appearance, because it is clear that Respawn is comfortable with adding Han Solo appearances, which is honestly incredibly cool. I thought they would focus on just like Jedi Force user skins for this game, but it looks like we're going to get some Han Solo skins in this game. So that kind of opens up a whole nother avenue of potential DLC for this game. So we think Han Solo Echo Base appearance, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that one would be super cool. And I can think of about a million more appearances that I'd like to see from episode 5. But since we could only pick a few to keep this list within 20 here, I think the next one that would be really cool, is a Luke Skywalker Dagobah appearance. And I really want to emphasize how much I want to see Yoda on Luke's back in this appearance if it were a thing. Just imagine, like, like the what's the head in God of War called again? What's his name?
Oh, Mimir?
Mimir, yeah. Just imagine like Luke or like Cal running around with like a Mimir on his back. But it's like Yoda on his back, and he's always talking. That's kind of what I envisioned for the Dagobah appearance. And then you have other cool appearances on here from episode 5. Like who could forget Luke's X-wing appearance? That would be cool. I love those flight suits, right?
Yeah, that would be really cool. We've seen that before in other Battlefront games. It would be really cool to run around with the X-Wing pilot appearance with the Skywalker Saga Legacy Saber. That would be really cool. I really have always enjoyed that appearance, and I think that'd be cool if Respawn chose to add something like that to this game. I just can't get over the whole Yoda thing, like replacing BD-1 and having Yoda on your back, I guess. Like, it could work. It could work. I didn't even consider that. Now, the next episode 5 appearance we have on here is actually Luke Skywalker's Cloud City appearance. This would be really cool because when he gets to Cloud City, he does have the blaster, he does have the lightsaber, so there's a lot of potential here if Respawn wanted to add a skin like this in this game. But this is not the only Cloud City appearance that we have for episode 5, is it?
No. We've made sure to put Han Solo's Cloud City appearance in here as well. And I'm talking about, the Han Cloud City appearance before he was frozen in Carbonite, because if you're frozen in Carbonite, I'm not sure how you're going to run around, fighting Inquisitors and the like, but a Carbonite appearance would be kind of cool. It'd be a cool Easter egg, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to fight very much, but, it's possible. When it comes to the Han Solo appearances, they're just a little different from each other. Episode 4, he's wearing the blue vest. Cloud City, then he transitions to a blue jacket that he gets out of nowhere, and then he kind of changes throughout. And then next up, we actually have another Han Solo appearance. We are talking about Han Solo's Episode 6 Jabba Palace appearance, and the big difference between here is he's not wearing a vest or a jacket. He's just wearing that snazzy little white shirt he's got underneath when he gets frozen in carbonite. There's not a whole lot of variety to the Han Solo appearances, but we feel if they feel comfortable making Han Solo DLC in this game, then it would just make sense to touch base on all of the different outfits and outfit combinations that Han Solo wears throughout the original trilogy.
And speaking of some Jabba's Palace attire, I would absolutely love to see Luke Skywalker's Jabba's Palace appearance. This is honestly one of my favorite appearances throughout the original trilogy. And honestly, if you were running this appearance without a green lightsaber, then what are you doing? You have to pair the green lightsaber with this appearance, or else I feel like that's some sort of a party foul, right?
Yeah, it definitely would, and I'm happy you brought up a green lightsaber because in this Luke Skywalker Jabba Palace appearance, we have also included Luke Skywalker's Episode 6 hilt because he loses the Skywalker saber when he gets his hand chopped off by Darth Vader. He needs a new lightsaber. He goes ahead and builds him one, and it looks like, always has looked like Obi-Wan's lightsaber, and that is something I've always loved about Luke's hilt, is that he, takes inspiration from his teacher, from Obi-Wan, and I've always loved that element of that saber. So we think that would be an important hilt to add into this game. It is important to the story of the Skywalker saga. Now, next up on our list, the next potential DLC character skin that we could see is actually Han Solo's Episode 6 Endor appearance. Now, this is much different than any of the other Han Solo appearances throughout the original trilogy, and this is actually an appearance that we see in Battlefront 2, and it is one of my favorite skins in Battlefront 2. This is what my Han Solo looks like in Battlefront 2. He's got that green camo jacket. Love this appearance. Would love to see something like this make its way into this game.
And as with any Han Solo appearance that we have on this list, there will of course be a corresponding Luke Skywalker appearance, and here we do think that a Luke Skywalker Endor appearance would be really cool. Maybe this time you could replace BD-1 with a little Ewok that follows you around and unlocks doors for you and does all the other, illegal things that BD-1 does as he's running around the Empire just messing with people. That would be really cool, right?
I was trying to be very serious with the character skins when I was putting this list together, and you're just kind of derailing it with like Yoda and Ewoks. Like we're trying to present real serious potential DLC that they could do if Respawn chose to do post-launch DLC character skins in this game, Andreas. Like I'm gonna need you to get this together a little bit here, okay? Like, listen, I'm
gonna ask you guys in the comments if you would rather buy a Endor skin for BD-1, or if you would rather pay like $1.99 and replace BD-1 with a little Ewok that runs around shanking people. What would you guys pay for? Let me know in the comments down below. Nick, I'm surprised if they'll pick the BD-1 skin. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
You never know. All right, so we have one more episodic skin before we just get into a few other miscellaneous skins that we have included on our list that we think have the potential to show up in Jedi Survivor. They fit the overall theme of the game. And the last one is actually Luke Skywalker's Episode 6 Death Star 2 appearance. Now, Andres, a little bit of an embarrassing story I have actually about this appearance. I always thought when I was a kid that the white part of the outfit, at the top, I always thought he had like a triangle on his chest. It took me a long time to realize that that was like part of the outfit, like the snap had fallen off and it was like a flap of the like thing that was not snapped together. I always thought he had like a white triangle on his chest, but it's actually just like the flap of the outfit. And I also never realized for a long time that is a different appearance than his Jabba Palace appearance. I always thought they were the same thing just because they were like the black robes, but they are very much different. So would like to see this appearance in this game. It's made its way into other Star Wars games in the past, so there's definitely some precedent for this appearance to show up in Star Wars games. So be cool to see it show up in Jedi Survivor potentially.
Yeah, that one honestly would be cool, and it's not too frequently that you see that one added in addition to the earlier Episode 6 appearance for Luke. I feel like you usually get one or the other, but seeing both in a video game, you don't really see that, but they could really do that and surprise us. Now, the next one would kind of be a legacy skin, right, Nick? This is the Cal Kestis Inquisitor appearance. That's something that, like you said, we got this in the last game, Jedi Fallen Order, and it would be cool just to have it as a throwback, right?
Yeah, it would. You know, for me, when I was putting this list together, I thought it would make sense that if Respawn chose to pursue post-launch DLC, which is not something we know for sure whether or not they're going to do, because like we said, it is completely unprecedented for them to even have DLC like this, character skins, cosmetics for Jedi Survivor, because there was really nothing like this in Jedi Fallen Order outside of this Inquisitor appearance, which showed up for actually completing the New Game Plus for Jedi Fallen Order. So you really had to work for this one. You didn't just get this for free in a DLC character pack. So we thought it would be cool if, you know, they just went back to their roots a little bit. A little throwback, and included the Cal Kestis Inquisitor appearance, especially since Inquisitors are so important to this series.
Now, another thing that we really think would be cool is, since we know that there's going to be some High Republic involvement in this game, I would not be shocked at all, guys, if they let us, either within the game itself or within DLC, allow us to drape Cal with those golden High Republic robes. As you guys may know, there are two different types of robes that High Republic Jedis wore in the High Republic. They had their temple robes, which were the fancy golden robes, and then they had the battle robes, which were like the robes that we see in the Prequel Trilogy, which are like, you know, those more raggedy brown robes. So I would love to see more of that High Republic swag, that golden touch that they do get from the High Republic. We know it's in the game. It'd be great to see Cal in this appearance.
Yeah, it would be really cool to get some High Republic robes because, like you said, they're really fancy and they're really cool. Now, the last potential cosmetic skin that we have on our list is actually the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the gray robes that he wears near the tail end of the series when he faces off against Darth Vader. We really love these robes. They're a play on his Episode 3 robes. They're just a little different. They're gray. They're really cool. Wasn't expecting to see something like that, and we know from the other DLC that they're comfortable doing that, you know, kind of Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Hermit era Obi-Wan DLC, but this is a little different. These are the actual Jedi robes that he wears near the tail end of the series. One of our favorite appearances from the series, so we would love to see it make its way into this game. So there you have it, guys. There are 20 potential DLC character skins and additional lightsaber hilts if Respawn chooses to go ahead and pursue post-launch DLC. Now, I just want to, you know, touch base, couple things here. None of this is confirmed. We don't know for sure whether or not Respawn is actually going to do something like this. We just thought we would have some fun and do a little speculating on some potential DLC for Jedi Survivor if they choose to go on that route. Now, let us know down below in the comments if we missed any DLC that you would like to see. Obviously, there are a ton of prequel era Jedi that we could have touched on. Qui-Gon's hilt, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Mace Windu, all of that stuff. The reason we chose to leave them off this list is just because they're more auxiliary characters compared to the main three of each of the trilogies, and for the fact, for the most part, those Jedi and their robes tend to look pretty much exactly the same outside of a few changes. But I could always see something like Mace Windu with the purple lightsaber, because we know that purple lightsabers do exist in Fallen Order, so that could be another option. So just let us know down below if we missed any DLC character skins that you would like to see in Jedi Survivor if Respawn does choose to pursue post-launch content. Other than that, guys, that is going to do it for us for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, we will see you all next time.